Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Gull Lake United Methodist Church's Advent Devotion Series. And today is the devotion for the third week of Advent. As I mentioned before, our Advent messages this season are meant to feel like the warmth of a quilt. Each week, we share a single quilt square that by itself is beautiful and has a great message. But when all the quilt squares are stitched together and you hear all the lessons in this Advent series, the result is a wonderful patchwork of stories that, when combined, are stronger together. The title of our devotion today is Do the Good That Is Yours to Do. Have you thought about what is the good that is yours to do? And have you asked yourself, how do you discern what is your work to do and what isn't? Did you know that God has uniquely gifted and equipped each of us to shine our light and share our gifts with the world? So this week there are two Bible readings. The first one is in the book of Luke. It's chapter 3, verses 7 through 16. And in this story, John the Baptist tells us how to bear good fruit. And the second reading is in Isaiah, chapter 58, verses 9 through 12. And it's in this passage we are called to be the repairers of the breach. So please take time to look up those passages at some point this week and read them for yourself. When you listen to the news and take in that that is happening in our world today, it is easy to feel like there isn't much of anything that we can do or say that will make much difference. In this season of hope, we need to remember even the smallest of deeds have a ripple effect that goes way beyond what we can see. And Advent also reminds us that Christ was born into a world with many of these same issues that we face today. But he didn't turn away. Instead, Jesus showed us that action rooted in compassion is the way forward. Action rooted in compassion. So instead of asking yourself, what can I do? Turn it around and ask, what is mine to do? And you're not going to be able to do it all, but find something to do that will matter. You can do the good that is yours to do. And as John the Baptist taught the crowds in that passage in Luke, rely on God. Don't labor alone. And then let's turn to the passage in Isaiah. And that's where we learn some of the how. And in this passage, we are called to be repairers and restorers through ordinary actions, such as feeding the hungry, serving the oppressed, and comforting the afflicted. And remember, it's the cumulative power of these small acts. So this week, I want you to think about your personal gifts, your perspectives, your talents, and your resources. And think about where you can put them into action. What opportunities are there in your community that you can contribute to? Your contribution may seem small or insignificant, but remember that ripple effect. It's amazing. Each good work is a stitch in the fabric of God's story, and your efforts are part of a larger, beautiful quilt. So please pray with me. Dear Lord, thank you for the light you bring to the world. Help us to find the courage to do the good that is ours to do. Help us to see how the ripples from our actions touch the lives of others and mends the fabric of our shared humanity. Amen. I hope you've enjoyed this devotion, and it gives you something to think about as you go through this week. What is the good that is yours to do, and how can you do it? Take care. May God bless you and your week ahead, and I'll see you back here next week, the 4th week of Advent. Bye-bye.